Well, good morning. Happy August 1st, right? It's Thursday. We call it Friday Eve around here just to keep my spirits up. Let's take a look and see what the markets did overnight because I'll tell you what, it wasn't that great. I mean, I'll put that out there as a spoiler alert. Let's bring up a corn board. SEP's down 1 3/4 cents to 381, but look at this, 1 3/4 cents lower in the D's to 398, just a half cent off the lows. So it traded kind of heavy, but look at the ranges. Look at that D's range, only a half cent. Wow, that's pretty tight. So that's corn, well, between a penny to a penny and 3/4 across the board. Go to soybeans. They were lower as well, 5.5 cents lower in SEP to 10.09. We got NOV 4 3/4 cents lower to 10.17 3/4. So far, so bad. We had a little bit of a bump in wheat prices here. SEP was up 3 3/4 cents in Chicago. 5.31 was the price. Dees, that was up 4 cents, 5.56. That's wheat in Chicago. Let's go from Chicago to Kansas City and take a look at the hard red. 3 cents better there, and that's up to 5.52. March, 3 1/4 cents better to 5.83 3/4. So in decent ranges overnight, I suppose, about 10 cents. But that's what we've got going on in the hard red in Kansas City. Let's go to the spring wheat. That too, I think, was a little better, and it is 5.5 cents better to 5.87. And that's a penny and a half off the highs. There you go. There's some good news. March is up 4.5 cents to 6.23 3/4, and that's 3 cents off the highs there, and we've had about a 10-cent range. Moving to the cotton, and we'll get to our guest analyst. Cotton up 15 points in Dees. Trying to put a 7 in front of it. We did early overnight. 70.02 is the high. We're at 69.14. We backed off pretty significantly there, but we're up 15 points there. Let's bring him in. Can't get the day started without Mr. Brian Hoops, the president of Midwest Market Solutions. Thanks, Brian, for being on. Okay, I'm going to let you have at it. The floor is yours. What are your thoughts here? I mean, we've had so much going on.
Yeah, good morning, Scott. We're a little bit lower overnight, corn and soybeans, and new lows here for the corn as we close the night trade, and that comes after some exports. And those exports were pretty decent for the new crop categories, as we, have seen private sales last week be decent. So we had marking year low for old crop corn, 6.6 million bushels, new crop corn, 28 million, pretty decent number. Old crop beans at 13.8, a very good number, and new crop at 23.2, and then the wheat. It's we just can't get anything going as far as exports of wheat. Only 10.5 million bushels. That's about where we've been kind of just treading water on this wheat export sales. And this is the time of year when we should be exporting the most wheat possible. It's freshly harvested wheat off of the Pacific Northwest, and we just are seeing very dismal wheat sales, and that's going to keep pressure on this wheat market, I'm afraid. Minneapolis, as you mentioned, was a little bit stronger overnight, but we're going into a weekend that's going to see very active harvest, and eventually that's going to push this wheat market lower. So you look at weather forecasts. There's really nothing bullish to hang your hat on here. The 6 to 10 day is now starting to talk about cooler temperatures, below normal type temperatures with some increased chances of rain as that cold front moves in. So you have to endure this weekend, early part of next week, and then it's a big relief, and it goes all the way through the end of August. It's going to be a great finish to the soybean season, looks like, with cooler temperatures, and it's just not a lot to hang your hat on. We did have a private export sale this morning, 132,000 beans sold to China. USDA said that they are going to look at these acres that were either recertified, maybe prevent planted, and if there is enough acres there, they will make adjustments in the August supply and demand report. That comes out a week from Monday. So not only will we have yields possibly adjusted, it's possible we'll see acreage adjusted either up or down.
What's your gut instinct on that? Do you think it'll be adjusted either way for the acres?
Yeah, probably, maybe a million for soybeans, million for corn, maybe, and that's going to temper some of the bearishness. So you lower planted acres, harvested acres, maybe by a million in each of those markets, corn, soybeans, but you see an increase in yield for both corn and soybeans. So they kind of cancel each other out. And I think I can see USDA making those adjustments.
All right. That's great stuff as usual. Really appreciate those comments. We're going to go away, though. We're going to need to pay some bills. We're going to come back and talk more with Brian Hoops right after this. All right, welcome back. Let's take a look and see what we did in the livestock market yesterday, not overnight. These guys have it right. They have a good life. They don't have to trade overnight. I would love that. All right, let's take a look at live cattle. What did we do yesterday? Nothing is the answer. Move along, right? We had an October board down 77 cents to 186.67. Dees was off 30 cents to 187.87. And Feb and April just kind of tailing off there too. We're 22 cents lower in Feb, 17 cents lower in April. So I'm almost going to say that's a big nothing burger. Steady, a little bit easier. Not a lot going on yesterday in live cattle. Let's move on to the feeders and see what we've got going on there. Kind of the same the other way, though. Steady, a little bit better. We had a September board that closed up 15 cents, right? A whole 15 cents higher. 257.10 is last. I guess, we had an okay range over there of just over $2. So, but we're still up 15 cents. There's just not a lot of movement over there. October was up 27 cents to 256.15. And hey, if you go all the way out to January, we were actually down 25 cents out there. I don't think that traded very much yet. 252.02, 90 cents off the high of the day out there in the Jan. So that was down 25 cents. Everything else steady, a little bit better, but a very, very, very quiet feeder board. Let's move on to the lean hogs. Well, here we go. This was this one got the blue ribbon or the gold medal. Let's go to October. Lean hogs up $1.15. 75.92 was last there, and that wasn't too far from the daily to the high of the day, about 12 cents off the high. We had Deese up $1.10 there to 68.72, and that too is about 7 cents off the high there. Feb 75 cents better to 72.45, and that too was only about 7 cents off the highs in Feb. So lean hogs getting closer to the highs of the day. They closed up there too, but round about a buck higher across the board. All right, let's bring him back in. Mr. Brian Hoops, president of Midwest Market Solutions. Brian, thanks for sticking around. What are your thoughts when it comes to livestock?
The hog market is the one that is showing the most signs of life. Hogs near their lows, cattle up near their highs. It seems like you can't get anything going in the cattle market. No bids from the packers whatsoever. There's been asking prices 190 to 192 in the country. We're, with the extreme heat, hesitant to move these animals. In fact, we may see a little bit of slowdown in slaughter today. There was a big storm that went through Omaha, and I heard it may disrupt some of the facilities there. So we may see actually a slowdown in slaughter, but cutout value is really not responding to this slowdown in the kill. We're similar to last week's kill, mixed in the cutouts, and again, having a tough time trying to find any footing in this cattle market to push to new highs. So we're struggling up against these old highs. Packer margins deeply in the red, about $69 a head, and the export numbers, they were an improvement over last week, about 17.7 million tons. So might get a little bit of a boost off of those numbers, but probably going to be fairly short-lived until we see some cash movement. It's the hog market that is showing some signs of life, breaking out last week technically above its old previous highs. Yesterday had a pretty strong day as weights came down almost a full pound from the previous week, and our sales this morning were 31.5 million tons. Those are some decent numbers. Should be supportive to the hog market that could, I think, find some more short covering this morning.
Yeah, that'd be good there. You're right. And when it comes to the cattle, there's just not a lot to talk about, man. I mean, it's just been very, very quiet. I don't know how long it's been, but it seems like at least a week, maybe more. But yeah, not a lot going on there. The leader of the pack has been the lean hogs. I agree with you 100%. Thanks for pointing that out for us, Sarah. Brian, have a great weekend. If we don't talk to you, maybe we talk to you tomorrow. I don't even know what the schedule looks like.
Tomorrow.
All right, see you then. Right. Brian Hoops, president of Midwest Market Solutions. He knows the schedule better than I do.
That's
so
right. You got weekend on the brain.
Exactly right.
All right,
Every
thanks,
day.
Scott. Yeah.